Caring what other people think will literally be the death of you. It only takes away your own power, and you're only living your life for everyone else. So these are 10 psychology tips and tricks to let go of other people's perception and give less of a fuck. Number 1, the spotlight effect. People are not thinking of me as much as I think they are. It's true. Everyone is just busy thinking about themselves. Every day, every second of every day, just like you do. Number 2, mental rehearsal. Your nervous system is trained to think that situations are dangerous. So if you say you have social anxiety, you're gonna walk into a place enclosed, not wanting to talk to anyone, being very uncomfortable, not being able to make eye contact. But if you switch your mindset and say, wait, this isn't real, try that. Practice radical acceptance. Not everyone needs to like you. Know that if everyone likes you, that's an issue, because that means you have no opinion and you're just fitting in like a chameleon, trying to make everyone like you. That is people pleasing, and that's not good. I know we all have tendencies to do that, but try and stop it, because the older you get, the worse it gets. Just remember, you'll have your people, you'll find your people if you be your full authentic self. Judgment detox. If you're judging other people, that means you have things in yourself that you need to work on. The more you say things out loud and say negative things about other people, the more you're going to feel that way about yourself, and you probably already do if you're saying it. When you catch yourself thinking something negative about someone or doing it in person, stop it. No one likes a negative person, so just stop doing it. Exposure and action. Go outside and do something you've never done before. Be spontaneous, book a trip, talk to a stranger, go up to a stranger and ask for something. Put yourself in a situation that's really uncomfortable that will give you a lot of anxiety, because the more you train your anxiety bugs, they will start to fly away because it's not actually real. Write this journal entry whenever you're in your head. What would I do if I didn't care what anyone thought? How would you walk? How would you talk? How would you act? What would you do? Food for thought. Obviously, this is easier said than done, but there are steps to getting there, and we can work on them every day. Obviously, there's going to be days where you feel insecure, but just remember, go back to these things, and no one actually cares.
3 things I wish I knew before choosing to study psychology. I didn't know anyone in the industry. I had no idea what I was getting myself into. I was just following the next step without kind of looking in the future, and really thinking about what my decision and what I was doing. The first thing is I did not realize how competitive it was going to be, particularly when you got to masters. Getting into bachelor's, that's your first hurdle. Your next hurdle is then getting into your 4th year, which is honours. And depending on your uni, that could range anywhere from like a 70% average to like an 85%, sometimes even more. It's even more particular if you're trying to apply into an honours program from a different university. And then after that, you need to apply to get into masters, and there are usually hundreds and hundreds of applicants and only 10 to 15 spots. Number 2 is, if you want to be a psychologist, be prepared to take breaks in your study journey. It's not going to be a full-on kind of degree that you get to and at the end you're a psychologist. To get in at all these multiple stages, you might not be successful the first time, and you might have to take a break and be okay with working and then going back to study. This may seem like pretty whatever to people, when you're younger especially, but once you kind of start working and you take on more responsibilities, like some people might buy a house or, have a family or whatever in that time period, then you got to think about the commitment of going back down to like virtually no income to study after having made X amount of dollars for a year or 2. So that transition really kicks people in the butt in masters. Number 3 is I didn't really realize how socially drained I would be at the end of a workday. So I am an introvert where, I like people, but I prefer like observing people, and I love people watching, but like talking to people a lot can be very difficult for me. Yet I still chose to go into a profession where I'd be talking to people all day. And you think it's different because it's not small talk, which is true. It's some really interesting, cool stuff. But there is no way I can do like full-time private practice, back-to-back clients. Like that is not the life for me. And if you get really socially drained and tired, really consider like what else you could potentially do. Like some people have split clinical and research roles. a lot of psychologists I know end up working part-time because seeing clients full on is just too much.
10 psychology tricks that feel illegal. 1. Pretend to be busy even if you're not. People treat you based on how hard you are to reach. Mystery builds value. Say their name first. It snaps their attention back to you immediately, and they don't even realize it. 3. Don't react. No facial expression, no reply, no energy. They'll spiral. Silence is power. 4. Take one step back. Literally. If you step away from someone mid-convo, they'll instinctively lean forward. They'll lean into you. Physical control equals psychological control. 5. Ask and then stay silent. Say the bold thing and then shut up. Awkward silence makes people spill. 6. Say, "You're right." Not, "I agree." You're right. You're right strokes the ego and just ends arguments faster. Mimic their energy. Match their tone, posture, pace. They will subconsciously feel like they click with you. 8. Pause before you answer. It makes you look like you're choosing your words carefully, even if you're not. 9. Look at their mouth, not their eyes. It makes them feel self-conscious and they'll think about everything that they're saying. Also, just another one that I'll throw in before I do 10 that I just thought about. If somebody's being rude to you or just mean or just weird to you, just stare at their forehead, like their hairline, and it'll make them feel super awkward. That's a bonus. 10. End the combo first. Leave them wanting more. Cut it short before it gets boring. Control equals respect. Some of you are too emotionally available to be this powerful. Save this and stay dangerous. Comment the brain emoji if you already use at least one of these, or if you plan to start using them. Tag that friend who manipulates people by accident, or if that's you, tag yourself. And save this before it disappears. Anywho, love you.
Remember, this is not just a story. This is our future.
You don't own me. I'm not just one of your